early this morning before the sun get out. And before we get started, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and all of my subscribers for supporting my channel. This channel would not be where it's at today without all of my supporters. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's very important lecture, which is the thought-provoking question: How do you rejuvenate yourself? How do you rejuvenate yourself? Because, we're all busy. We all got responsibilities. Or rather, you are still in the workforce or not in the workforce. We still have a lot of responsibilities within our life, inside of our home, responsibilities, family, kids, significant others, yourself, dealing with issues that may come up, dealing with life, the world, everything. So how do you rejuvenate yourself? And there's many tips and strategies that I'm going to talk about that I really have been using to rejuvenate myself. Even in retirement, you got to have ways to rejuvenate yourself, because this world really is a problem-focused world. Literally, the minute you step out your door, I don't care where you're going, running an errand, paying bills, going to a doctor's appointment, going to work, going to school, going to church, anywhere, you never know what you might be up against, for real. Disgruntled people in the line, the bank, the grocery store. You almost have to fight for your life in this world, because you never know what you might be up against. So from day after day, week after week, month after month. So you got to have a game plan, people. You got to have a game plan to rejuvenate yourself. In spirituality, faith, your belief in God is paramount. Bottom line, or whatever your belief may be, you got to have some type of belief in something higher than you, bigger than man, to keep you centered. Faith is a powerful thing, and I'm a Christian woman, and I put my faith in God, prayer, meditation, all of that, because through God, that's how I get my strength. When things get chaotic, or when you just want to deplug and disconnect from this world, I get centered with God and my faith, and that's on a daily basis. That's a powerful rejuvenation right there. And I like praying a lot in the morning. I like praying a lot at night, daily. Meditate, listening to one of my favorite world-renowned gospel singers is Mahalia Jackson. The woman is anointed. She was anointed. If you listen to Mahalia's voice, she didn't need no mic. You can feel the anointment in Mahalia Jackson's voice. Make no mistake. And that, I'm telling you, that's number one. Another powerful tip in terms of rejuvenating yourself is, having the ability to say no. Having the ability to say no. You can't say yes to everybody and everything. Your family members, adult kids, people in the neighborhood, church, school, work, and every time they want you to do something or go somewhere, attend this function, because what's going to happen is that's going to eat up your energy, eat up your time, and then now you're burnt out. So you got to have the ability to say no. That's a powerful tip, and how you can rejuvenate yourself. Take your me time. If you can take a stay vacation. Take a couple of days off and turn your home into a paradise, and that's your world. That's a powerful way you can rejuvenate yourself. If you're still working in the workforce, whatever days you have off, use that time for your me time to rejuvenate yourself. Pray, meditate, read a really good motivational book. That don't mean running errands for everybody. No, that's your time. You got to do this on a weekly basis. You got to rejuvenate yourself on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, because if not, then you're going to be burning up all your energy, getting tired and frustrated and miserable. You got to do this on a consistent daily basis to rejuvenate yourself. Another important tip is eating right. Yeah, you gotta eat right. You gotta get all the junk food out of your diet, the sugar and the high cholesterol food and the fried food. Because I'm telling you, you know, eat unhealthy enough over time, you're gonna begin to have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, feeling tired, sluggish. You have got to really shift your mindset on how you eat. That's a powerful tip in rejuvenating yourself. Keeping up with all of your doctor's appointments, paying attention to your lab work are all powerful tips in how you can rejuvenate yourself. Your body is functioning at its peak functioning. And because I'm telling you, I'm beginning to see more and more younger people, and I mean younger people, health out of control, high blood pressure, diabetes, or all of that, in obesity. It's out of control. So imagine when they hit 30 or 40, they're going to be in bad shape. It's a health crisis. It's an epidemic. So one powerful tip in rejuvenating yourself: eating right, exercising. You know, whether you want to walk, get out there and walk, light weights, free weights, aerobics, swim. Do it 4 or 5 days out of the week. You have got to move your body. You know, I've always worked out. Since I'm fully retired, I still stay on my workout routine 5 days a week. I'm walking, I'm hiking, I'm doing light weights, I'm moving my body. Since I retired, I've lost well over 63 pounds, and I ain't stopping there, because I'm telling you, when you start taking charge of your health and your eating and working out, that is a powerful tip on how you can rejuvenate yourself in this problem-focused world. This is real talk, people. You know, it don't matter if you're still working. You got to still incorporate time to rejuvenate yourself. Even when I was in the workforce before I retired, I had a routine on my exercise, my me time, my downtime, my prayer, my meditation. It was critical. You got to really be on point with that if you're still in this workforce, because when you're going up on these jobs, you dealing with different personalities. You got to have the skills to navigate through these jobs, and don't allow these jobs to deplete you of all your vitality in your life and your energy. And it takes skills to do that, and it can be done. I'm a living witness of that. All throughout my working history, I will always observe people in the workplace. And I always gravitated towards the ones who had the power and ability to move in silence. They was even healed no matter what was going on in their workplace. No matter if it was a toxic workplace, I always observe and gravitate towards the ones who move in silence, was even healed. And what I observed, and I would get to know these people. And I wanted to know the secret. I wanted to know the secret of the skills that they displayed in terms of not letting anything unravel them in the workplace. Never heard them raise a voice. They was even killed. And I watched these people. Even young in my working history, I would watch these people, and I was make a deliberate effort to sit down in the break room and get to know them on that coffee break, on that lunch break. And what I learned from these individuals, a commonality is first of all, they had a balance outside of the job. That job was not their life. They was not taking that job home. They had a balance, and they meant it. They had the ability to not respond to everything. And in moving in silence is also have the ability to not always responding to everything, because it ain't your battle. It's not always your battle. You know, moving in silence, not responding to everything. They had an outside life. They took, the key thing, simple things like taking a break, taking a lunch break, taking a vacation, throwing me time in there, taking like a 4-day weekend periodically, and they did it religiously. And I'm telling you, I will always hear those commonalities around people who had the skills to navigate on these jobs, to not get unraveled because they were doing so many things outside of the job to rejuvenate themselves, to take care of themselves, self-care, and understand people on these jobs. It's just a business. It ain't personal. It is just a business, and that's how you should treat it. Don't bring your personal life on these jobs. Don't be telling all your business on these jobs. No, because it is a business. And throughout my years, those are the type of people I sought out on these jobs, the ones who moved in silence and was even killed. And I learned a lot. I remember probably about maybe 10 years ago, I met this woman. I was still working in the workforce, and I met this woman who worked in my building, quiet as a mouse. Quiet as a mouse. I think she retired after 30 years. Quiet as a mouse, even killed, and she was a housekeeper. I got to know that woman with all that wisdom. Trust me, because housekeepers, you don't know what they're going through. They moving through that building, they dealing with rude people in that building, disrespect, rude co-workers, rude supervisors. They get it all. But this woman was so quiet and even killed. About the last 2 years before she retired, I met her every day for lunch to suck up that wisdom. And ain't lying. And I even stayed in contact with her after she retired to suck up more of that wisdom. Those are the kind of people you can learn from. Not from the people who loud on the job, get upset in meetings, toxic, stirring up stuff. No, you can't learn nothing from that. I don't care what their position is. I don't care if they high up on the chain. I don't care if they're a supervisor. I don't care what their position is. If they loud, toxic, stirring up stuff, dramified, you can feel their negative energy. No, I stay away from them kind of people. And I gravitate towards the ones who are quiet as a mouse, because you can learn from them. And I'm here to, and the ones who are quiet as a mouse and even kill, when you sit down and talk to them, you'll find out that they've been on the job for 20 and 25 and 30 years. Imagine what they went up against in a 25 or 30 year journey, or before they retired, and walking out with grace. And those are the kind of people I learn from. And when I exit up out of the workforce, about the last 10 or 15 years of my work history, I had mastered those skills. I mastered those skills of moving in silence on them jobs. I mastered those skills of making sure I maintain my balance in my personal life, so I would come to work rejuvenated and move in silence. Couldn't nobody read me. It kept folks out of my business. When I retired, after 23 years of a licensed clinical addiction specialist, nobody, not even my immediate co-workers, other people on the management team, or on my management team, the only person who knew I was retiring was HR, because I had to put in my retirement packet. And I told HR, don't send no email out letting everybody know I'm getting ready to retire. I don't want all that. No, that's my personal business that I'm retiring. Do not self-disclose my information, because I had to go to HR to put in my retirement packet, so they had to know. But other than HR, nobody knew. Not even my immediate supervisor, who I reported to. Nobody on that management team knew I was retiring until my last working day, September the 6th, 2023, and I exit up out of the workforce forever. People who had been working with me for 10 and 15 years didn't even know I was retiring, because that was my personal business. And I tell folks, keep your business off these jobs. Nobody knew I was retiring. Nobody even knew I was a content creator. I've been a content creator 4 years. Nobody knew I had a channel, because I kept folks out of my business. So I say that to say, move in silence, reserve your energy, rejuvenate yourself. And that is some powerful tips on how you can survive on these jobs. And I'm here to tell you. So share this information. This is real talk, people, because I talk to a lot of people. People just have a way of just wanting to talk to me when I meet folks, when I'm out and about. And I listen to different situations when folks are in job situations, getting fired off jobs, and I'm just listening and listening. And what I hear is that they creating their own chaos on the job. They're going back and forth and arguing with the co-workers, going back and forth and arguing with the supervisors, late all the time, late returning from lunch. You just bringing attention to yourself. Yeah, what do you expect? You got to learn some new skills on these jobs. If you want to be able to navigate on these jobs, you got to master the skills of being quiet as a mouse and learning how to rejuvenate yourself on a daily basis outside of these jobs. To rejuvenate yourself, have outside interests. Don't take the job home with you. I was in the military and used those skills way back then. This is real talk. This is real talk. And I just sometimes, towards the end of my career, man, I became so silent. I'll never forget this. When I was on the management team, and we would have management meetings every week, every week, every Monday. So it was the nursing director part of that meeting, and I think for some kind of way we end up sitting right by each other for about like 9 months. And after one of the meetings, she was talking to me, and she literally was looking at me, and she said, I wish I knew who Holiday was, because they say she's sharp, on top of her game. And who is this Holiday they keep talking about? And I'm looking at her, and I just kept listening. I wanted to see what was being said about me. She said, yeah, I wish I knew who this Holiday was. She's on top of her game and sharp, and they keep talking about she was part of the management team. Who is this person? And my response was, I'm Holiday. Me and you been sitting by each other for 10 months in management meeting. So that's a good example of I'm so silent even when I go to meetings. Now, when I speak when it's time for me to speak, but other than that, I'm so silent. Because many other people in the management team, you can tell the ones loud and bringing attention to themselves and getting folks off the agenda. So after about 10 months sitting next to this nursing director, we are at the end of one of the meetings. Me and her was just talking. She said, I wish I knew who Holiday was. Who is she? And I said, I am. We've been sitting by each other for 10 months in the past meetings for 10 months. She said, oh, you Holiday. I said, yeah, we've been. And she said, my God, you don't say anything. I said, I say something, but I just say what I got to say and shut my mouth and let everybody else hash it out and argue and be disruptive in the management meeting. I become invisible. And you got to have the skills to be invisible on these jobs. Keep folks out of your business. And then after that, probably about 2 weeks later, I was gone. I was retired. And the rest is history. So again, share this information. Somebody might need to hear this in terms of how do you rejuvenate yourself. These tips and strategies work for me. And don't forget, I got a relational lecture I'm going to do September the 29th, where I'm going to present my winning format to my accepted manuscript. My manuscript was accepted by 2 world-renowned publishing companies. Somebody might want to know, and this is my first time writing a book. It took me 1.5 years to write my manuscript. So somebody might want to know, what was that winning format I used to write my book? You may have a desire to get poems published, write a children's book, to write your own book. I did not pay anybody to assist me. I did not go online to get information on how to write a manuscript. No, I sat my behind down for 1.5 years and I wrote my manuscript. So if you want to find out what that winning format is, tune in August 29th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. September the 29th. September the 29th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be ready to get down to business. That's all I have. Simplify, simple fidelis, and I'm leaving it care of your own conscience. Have a great day.